Second half of that page, let's look at number 9. We have 4x squared plus 15x minus 7. I'm using this because it's got a negative in there, right? So 7x squared minus 19x minus 2. One way to think about this, right? This is like a minus, let's just say b plus c. Let's say a minus b minus c, right? When we do this equation up here, we're going to distribute that minus, right? Because that's like saying time a plus negative 1. So we could, this is the same as a plus negative 1 times b minus c, right? And we're going to distribute that negative 1. So it'd be a minus b, and this would be a plus c. Okay, so that's why I'm writing this one out. And I'm just going to do this real quick. So we can write 4x squared minus plus 15x minus 7. Because once you go to add these things, simplify your equation, you're going to combine the like terms. So I'm just going to put this down here, minus 7x squared plus 19x plus 4. So now we have negative 3x squared plus 34x minus 3. Just adding this straight down. So next one. Thanks. Next one. Same thing. Let's look at number 12. Same kind of principle, right? That I was talking about here, where we're going to distribute this negative 1. Look at number 12, right? The equation is 6y times 3d squared minus 5d plus 2. I don't want to introduce, let's do it like this. What you have to do is you have to distribute this to each part. So we're going to have 6y times 3d squared. So 6 times 3 is 18. There's no d's here. D's nuts. D squared. Y, right? Sorry. Man. Then we're going to distribute that 6y over here. Minus 30. There's no y in this portion, right? So y, d, and then we're going to distribute this over here. Plus 12y. That's your answer for number 12. The rest of these, the 16 is the same way. Okay, 13, 14, 15, and 17. I don't know if you've heard this term before. It's called FOIL, right? Which stands for first, outside, inside, last. You'll start to be able to do this in your head, but let's take a look at number 15 because the math's on it's easy, right? We have x plus 12. X plus 12. So we're going to use this thing called FOIL, right? So first we're going to multiply our firsts together, right? So x squared. Now we're going to multiply our outsides together. Outsides, right? So plus 144. Now we're going to write first, outsides. Shit, I did it wrong, right? First, we're going to do our first together. First, right? First together, which would be x squared. Now we're going to do our outsides, right? Plus 12x. First outsides. Now we're going to do the insides, which is plus 12x. And then our last, right? Which would be 12 times 12. So now we just simplify that. X squared plus 24x plus 144. That's all those ones. Let's see. The rest of these, like, let's take 18. You have 18a squared minus 3a plus 12. All this over 3a squared. In order for you to divide it, there's so you can look at this. You gotta look like each. You have to be able to divide whatever's in here into each one of these, right? We can see that we should know, right? The 3 can evenly divide into 18. We know it can go into 3, and we know it can go into 12. So we can get rid of the 3 on each one of those. So 6a squared minus 3a minus a plus 4, all of this over a squared. Now a squared can go into here, but it can't go into here or here evenly. So that's just going to be your answer on number 18. Let's take another one that might be harder, like number 20. 8x to the 4th y squared plus 12x squared y to the 3rd over this negative 4x y. So now same principles we looked at over here. I'm going to do this in way too many steps just so you can see the breakdown. We know that that 4 can go into here and it can go into here. So we can eliminate our 4 and call this 2x to the 4th y squared plus 3x squared y to the 3rd. All of this over negative xy. We can actually take this negative out here, right? Negative 1. Now we look here, right? There's an x here, and there's an x here and here. And there's also a y here and here. Now, here's going back to number 18, why we can't put the a squared in here. I can rewrite this by factoring out an x and a y. So look at it visually like this. Negative 1, x, y. Now we're factoring out an x and a y from here. So we have 2x to the 3rd y plus 3x y squared. Reason I'm doing that, we have xy on the denominator, right? These will cancel out, and we've got this negative 1, which, sorry, negative 4 into this. Yeah, we got negative 1. Yeah, we got the negative 1 here. So we have negative 1, 2x to the 3rd y plus 3x y squared. Distribute the negative 1. I'm just going to flip it around because this is how you would normally see it in math. No, you wouldn't. Negative 2x 3rd y minus 3xy squared. That's your answer for number 20.